Hi, Room 28 parents. I wanted to share with you something that came home today in reading for all of the students called 30 for Third. It is a reading challenge throughout the course of third grade where we challenge students to read 30 books of their choosing across different genres. And so let me share with you the tool that your child should have in their Purple Home folder as of today. This is the 30 for Third manila folder. Mine has 30 for Third written on the outside of it. Yours will have your child's name and any decorations they choose to share. On the inside, you can see the recording sheet that looks like a pizza with circles inside of it. And on the other side, the recording sheet where they would list in order the books that they have read. They should only include books that they complete going forward. It's okay if it's a book that they've already started, but not anything that they read prior to today, which, as we announced this morning, was September 12th, 2017 at 9:10 a.m. to be exact. When a student completes a book, what they'll do is write the name, for instance, Nancy Clancy, Secret Admirer, on the first open space. And I asked for the full name because sometimes there are a series of books, and so it's helpful to know which book in that series was read. This was book number 1. So we're going to think about what genre of book is Nancy Clancy. Well, that is realistic fiction. So we go to our chart, we find the realistic fiction, and we put a number 1 into one of the circles in the realistic fiction section. The next book that I read, number 2, I fill that in and I write its number in the circle that matches that genre. Autobiography and biography go together. If the next book happened to be a biography, I would write number 2 here. If the next book was a book of poetry, I would put 3 here. Let's say I read another book of poetry. Because we want to encourage students to sample a variety of genres of literature, we want them to fill in all of these provided circles with books that they have read. There are 8 sections, 2 titles each, so they would have read 16 books, filling in all of these circles before they could add additional circles to record additional titles in each of the sections. Once they've filled in all of these, they are free to read, or record rather, titles beyond the 2 that are provided. Circles should be about the same size as best they can, and the limitations of the space prevent them from filling up on only one kind of genre of literature, and encourages them to continue to sample all the different kinds, even things that they might not typically orient to, again, to provide them with a balanced diet of reading experiences. We talked about what is the payoff for completing this. What if you read all 30 books by the end of the year? And ideally books that are truly in their just right reading level. We're not looking for them to finish a bunch of books that really don't help them grow as readers. They would receive a level up in classcraft, a small but meaningful incentive for them. They're welcome to then get another folder and do it again, and perhaps read another 30 books and level up yet again. One of the questions that came up was, what if I'm reading a longer book, a chapter book, and it's going to take me quite a while to read it, and it's got maybe even hundreds of pages. There may be some students that are truly, that's a just right book for them. We talked about that could, with prior arrangement with me, count for more than one circle in a section. And in that case, I would make an exception for the 2-book limit per section before going on to add more to that section. I hope that makes sense. I want to give credit for kids who are reading a Just Right book that might be a meatier book and might be take a bit more time for them to complete. Another question that came up was, what about playaways or having books read to me? Playaways and read-alouds wouldn't count for this activity. I would want this to be something to encourage them to do their own independent reading at a just right level, and to encourage them to try different things. That doesn't mean that reading aloud at home, listening to playaways, checked out from the library, other ways of enjoying books on not on tape anymore, audiobooks on the computer. That's a great way to develop as a reader, to hear expressive reading to model after. But for this activity, for the books to count towards 30 for third, they would need to be books that students read on their own. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to contact me. Email, of course, is the best. I hope that you enjoy seeing what books your child chooses as just right for them. If I can be of any help in that selection process, please let me know. I'm happy to help your child find something that they will enjoy. That's 30 for third this year.